something like that this year. Portsmouth Raceway Park, down in Portsmouth, Ohio. PRP for the DTCW, Dirt Track World Championships. This is a pretty cool event. Something that we've been to once before, just as spectators, probably 6-7 years ago. Kind of wanted to make it down to this place. It's really neat, beautiful country down here. Southern Ohio, I mean about as far south in Ohio as you can get before you're into Kentucky. Matter of fact, you're staring at bridges that lead you into the state of Kentucky. So we came down here for the steel block deal tonight and tomorrow night. Place is neat. We got down here yesterday, pulled in probably like 2:30 in the afternoon. Was able to watch some modified racing last night and kind of get a feel for how this place races a little bit. And then that worked out good. We're camped pretty far off in the back there, but nevertheless, a cool place, a cool event. It's also a Lucas Oil event, so it's the Dirt Track World Championship, so it's the end of their season. So it's really cool to be here with all these guys and get to watch these guys race and see how they get around this place. And you know, anytime you can go to a Lucas Oil show and run your car but not have to run with them guys, it's not a bad weekend. So we'll take you around the pits because this is kind of a spectacle. It's not, you know, a lot of times we go to these racetracks and stuff and you see some of the haulers in the background that someday we hope to have, but it's not very often you get to come to a place and see 20 or 30 of them lined up in a row. You know, all the guys that come off the road, they all kind of roll in packs and stuff like that. So, you know, they all pulled in late last night, and you know, it's cool to see how the Lucas Oil officials run a race, and you know, just a true professional organization. It's neat to be a part of this deal. So anyhow, we'll take a little ride around the pits and show you some haulers, show you some cool stuff, and kind of get you a tour around this place. All right, get up here, get you a look at the track. So this place is pretty neat, kind of similar to Atomic in a lot of ways. Not quite as high banked, but big wide racetrack, big long sweeping corners. I raced pretty good last night. There you can see the bridge in the background, that goes to Kentucky. So it's pretty neat. The Ohio River is like on the backside of this track here, basically like where your camping area and stuff is. That you can park right up against the river, so that's pretty cool. Pretty easy place to get to. You basically see the expressway in the background and just jump off of that, and entrance to the track is down over there. Pull right in and that's it. But we'll get you a run through these pits and check out some of these haulers. It's not very often you get to see all these haulers, touring teams lined up in a row, but when you do, take that opportunity to look around. That's basically it. That's a tour of the old Portsmouth Raceway Park pits. Seen some of the big teams. It's kind of cool too. They bring some of the factory support trailers out, Simpson and Fox shocks and Penske shocks and all that stuff. So any of these touring guys have a problem, they can just walk right up into the trailer and get it corrected or get a new shock built or whatever they need to do. Of course, we're parked by our steel block regulars, Milby and a couple of the other guys, and that makes it nice. So just down here in our own little steel block world, and gonna watch some of these big guys race and try to put on a little bit of a show ourselves. So
rolling back from being tucked in. good to go racing tonight. We shall see what the call was. What's the verdict?
All good.
All good? Good. Good deal. Step one down.
So we just finished practice. It's the first laps I've ever turned around this track. Excuse me. Pretty cool racetrack, very fast track, especially right now. They got a little bit heavy and it's gonna cool off tonight, so I don't think it'll slick off a little bit for sure. There's 49 of us steel blocks and there's like 60 something Lucas oil cars here, so by the time it's all said and done, it'll slick off a little bit, but we're seem to be right there in the fast times. With, I'd say we're at least in the top 7 or 8 of 49 cars, so we were third in our group and Milby was in our group, so we're right there. The car's a ton better than it was at Atomic. Brandon made a lot of changes to this thing over this week, and we were on some kind of junk rear tires and stuff like that just to practice on, and we were still that good. So make a few more little tweaks to it and see if we can't go out and turn us a good qualifying lap and start up front in this heat race. So it's gonna be tough. We're gonna have to be fast.
Guy again. God.
Hey. What do you think? It's fast, man.
Place is cool, man. Big, fast.
This is the last one for the year.
Last one.
Last one.
Last one. Then we'll come back next year, new and improved.
That was both of them.
What are you gonna Schwartz next year?
You're getting along. I think we're going to trade.
No.
You're driving the 5, I'm driving the 56.
We're not getting along, Mark.
No.
We're not doing that horns up stuff.
We got qualifying.
Pretty good effort. We got a little bit faster than we were in hot laps. The track wasn't quite as good, so that's good. Learned a little bit, got a few tweaks to make. Car feels pretty good. I mean, for 4 total laps on the track that I now have, I guess we're not too disappointed. I hate to come out here and not qualify in the top, 3 or 4, but it is what it is. You're gonna have that. You come to a new track you've never been to, and 4 laps total on it. You just takes a minute, so car's pretty good though. Brandon did a really good job getting this thing dialed close to where we need it to be, so not a lot to complain about at this point. I think that'll start us the outside pole of the 4th heat race. I think Carpenter will start on the pole, so we'll see how it all shakes out. They got the Lucas Oil guys out there qualifying now, so thoughts?
Seems to be pretty good so far. Like a couple minor tweaks. We're all within like 2 tenths from the fastest qualifier to 10th. So make a few tweaks, try to find them 2 tenths that were missing. Maybe try to find 3.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Melby was up on top of the leaderboard until Matt Melvin 81 car went out there and was like, I don't know, a half a tenth faster than him. So that kind of tells you that. I think we went 15.9 something. I think they were 15.6 something like that. High 6s. So it's close. It's definitely close, and that's, you know, 1st through 9th. So we're right there. Try to get her a little bit better. So the heat race did not go very well. We ran second for probably the first 4 or 5 laps of the thing. We weren't gaining anything on the leader, but we felt decent. Had a caution, restarted, and just that was it. The car just did not go after that. So I don't know, it's kind of hard to see, but it basically junked a right rear tire, which, I mean, it's figures. The car was not in the track. So we're in a B main, starting 7th in a B main. Got to finish in the top 3 in this thing to get into the show tomorrow. So hopefully we can drive up through there. Brandon made some swings at the car, and we'll see what happens.
All right, here we go for the B main. Try to make the show. Take us 3.
Closer than we needed it to be, wanted it to be, ever wanted it to be. We got into this thing by the skin of our teeth. You know, we were, I mean, honestly, most of that race, I'd say probably 7, 8, so probably 6 of the 12 laps halfway. You know, we were kind of riding around, hemmed in like 5th, 6th place. Just, I wasn't confident that we were going to get in. And then we got a late race caution, and I had been kind of working my way up to the top a little bit, and finally, just, I guess I found enough testicular fortitude to get up where I needed to be and run the car how I needed to run it. And you know, I mean, it's a consi, right? We ended up making it up to 3rd and finished 3rd at the line. We got stuck inside on the last restart, and I just kind of forced my way up into 1 where I needed to go, and was able to just barely edge this thing out and get it into 3rd at the line. We were all over the leader and 2nd place's ass, but you know, they didn't know we were there. I mean, we basically had a head of steam rolling on the top side, so they were sweeping out to the wall. You know, luckily nobody got together, everything worked out. But I mean, we were better, a little bit better than the heat race, but not by any means where we need to be if we want to drive to the front of this thing tomorrow. So we got our work cut out for us. I mean, it's only a 25 lap feature. It's after a 100 lap Lucas Oil feature, so I'm sure the track will probably be
used up.
Yeah, used up, to say the least. But you know, we got in this thing. We're starting at the back. We're starting deep. We'll go to work on it tomorrow and try to make some swings at it. And hopefully we can drive this thing up into the top 5 somewhere. I'd be real pleased with that. So, I mean, obviously some of these races are just attrition and survival, especially starting that deep. You got to stay out of the early wrecks and, you know, make sure you're paying attention. But you know, the important thing is that we all kept working all night. It's late as shit. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. It's cold as shit. Nobody's happy about this, but we started 7th, made our way into the show. So you're gonna have nights like this. So see you tomorrow.